everybody. Welcome back to Help. We're trying here podcast. This is episode number 6, and we are from Rema Synergy, and we have Hannah. Go ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Hannah. Nice to see you all again.
Yes, cool. And we also have Adelina with us. Adelina, quick introduction of yourself.
Yes, hello again. It's me, Adelina. And if you notice, today everybody's facing forward, so you won't be seeing the sides of our faces this time. If you're watching on YouTube.
Yes. So if you are new to this channel, please go ahead and give us a like, subscribe, and follow so that you can be notified of our next episode. Ladies, can you believe this is our 6th episode? OMG, so excited. And today's topic is the strength of your support system. Now,
Yes.
we all know that life can throw us curveballs, but having the right people on our side is definitely a-okay. It makes all the difference, right? So to our listeners out there, to our viewers, what are you going to listen to today? Don't worry, you just sit back, relax, and get ready to be inspired by some amazing stories shared by Adelina as well as Coach Hanaa here. It's all about stories about your family, your friends, and everything in between. Yep, so let's dive in. Once again, the topic is the strength of your support system. Now, we are from Rema Synergy. I'm a confidence coach, and Coach Hanaa is a strengths profiling coach, and Adelina is our everything coach.
Yes, so true. Our everything coach.
Yes, she is. Yeah, she does our creatives. If you see our background, if you have seen our Instagram, how beautiful it is all because of Adelina. That's why we call her our everything coach. Now, let's get into this, ladies. Yep. Are you comfortable to share a personal story about a time when your support system helped you overcome any challenges? Let's start with Coach Hanaa. Over to you, Coach Hanaa.
Wow, I could talk the whole podcast on this one. But the most significant support that I've had in the past 55 years, yes, I'm 55, was when I went through my first depression. I've had 2 rounds of depression. And if anybody knows me or knows us, we are in the mental health space, and there's no stigma where our team is concerned when we talk about mental health issues. So I can share with everybody that I've had two rounds of depression, and the first one was the worst. We've tried. I've also received professional help. This happened when my kids were in their teens, mid-teens, I think. And the support that I received while I was going through that 9 months of medication, of taking antidepressants prescribed by my psychiatrist, was so significant because it's family support. What did that look like? It looked like my husband taking over all the household work, taking care of the transportation of the children to and from school and to their extra classes. Honestly, taking care of everything and everybody, including myself. What I did not like, but it did help, was the medication made me sleep a lot. So outside, when I had to go to work and I've always been active in NGO. So when I went out for my meetings, not many people knew I was depressed or I was going through depression. We don't have to talk about why it came. The psychiatrist doesn't know either. I usually think it's my hormones went haywire. But the fact is, I did go through depression. I had very dark thoughts. And what the medication helped me through was not going too dark. But it also did not really help me feel joy and all the positive emotions. So the support that I received from my husband, the most significant person in my life, if I can say that, don't tell him.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
it's not
He's gonna
recorded at
hear it.
all.
was, he was there. He was there while I had to do the healing and the getting better. And we talked about when and how I could stop the medication, and we did that, and I got better. And so when you ask me a personal story about a significant support, that would be it. That would be my number one story to share with everybody. So I think I cannot emphasize strongly enough how important it is to have support when we are going through down times.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And what you shared just now, Coach Hanaa, definitely is uh, the essence of our topic today, right? The strength of your support system. Thank you very much for sharing that, and thank you very much for being vulnerable and open about it. Because not a lot of people love or not love or would like to share about that period in their time, and that's the reason why a lot of the times we don't know our friends or loved ones are going through it, right?
Mhm.
And it is definitely important, I think, to have a space where we can be open about it and just talk it out so that more people are aware of it and can feel this sense of safety, that I'm not alone. Yeah, I did not go through it alone. There are people out there experiencing the same thing as me. So thank you very much for being open with that. So your side is support system from family, right?
Yes.
So today we're going to be talking about family and friends. So that's the support system. So we have one story now from family. What about you, Adelina? Do you have any stories, personal stories you want to share? By the way, guys, just to let you know, Adelina is far away from us. This is one of
That
the
is why
reasons
the
why we are doing this through Zoom. So you cannot see my double chin, this side. It's all just from, yeah. What about you, Adelina? Do you have any personal stories to share about support system?
Yeah, I do definitely. I think I have a couple of short of stories to share. And I think one of the things that I just want to add on before I share my story is that knowing or listening to these stories is not just about knowing that you're not alone, but knowing that other people, what helped them was sharing with the people around them, with their support system, to help them handle the situation better, or lighten the load in a sense, right? Enabling them to heal. So that's one of the things for me also that helped me through difficult times. I What is it, 13 years ago? Yes. So 13 years ago, my mom passed away. Then a year and a half later, my stepdad passed away. So those were the two pillars um, in my life at the time, because I lived with them, who it just happened. So my mom, we sort of knew it was going to happen, but my stepdad, he had a fatal stroke, and that one was unexpected. So then after that, having come from that kind of shock, right? It's not in any manual book. You don't go around and saying, "Hey, have you experienced this? Have you experienced it? How would you handle this?" So
Yeah.
having the support system at the time. So after my stepdad passed away, his brother came to me and said, "Okay, so we're going to be here to support you, but you need to grow up very quickly." So that was something that, you just had to fall into. And then all the responsibilities that came with that, before the usual or the normal flow of it happening, you grow up, you get married, you have children, then you go through whatever, your personal bills and all these things, right? So it was sort of like, ta-da, here's your new responsibility. And that was very, very difficult for me. I wasn't even in my 30s yet. So that was my late 20s. wow, that was a crazy time, a lot of emotion, and it was very overwhelming. So having the support system, so I had my uncles help with some of the family things, like handling assets and things like that, that I had no idea. I mean, it's not like now where you see 20-year-olds going like, oh yeah, I have this property or whatever. This is completely 100% new. And then I had brothers to look after, make sure they don't die, you
Mm,
know.
true.
So I had to be, yeah, at a place where I had to make sure all of these things were in order also. So having that support was really comforting for me, and also helped me have a place where I can get advice and ask for counsel, or you know, just what are the next steps, learning what are the next steps, and doing all of those things, apart from trying to figure it out on my own, what works for the family and things like that. And then there was another difficult time where we had a portion my mom had apportioned some property for us, which we had to let go of, and my to talk to my brothers and say, oh, I think we need to let go of these properties. I think these were supposed to be for you, for you, for you. But we need that financial stability now to do that. And I think I will never forget, my one of my brothers said to me, don't worry about all of that, because property we can find, we can get new ones, we can get the money to do that, but we need to live now. So I thought that was very profound. That's coming from my younger brother, which is also one of the reasons why today I believe that, you know, you don't have to look at age when you're listening to advice. Your advice or the lessons in life can come from people of all ages. It could be, a 5-year-old, my 5-year-old niece, for that matter, or my younger brother who was still in school at the time. So I thought that was very profound, and that really helped me in being okay, not feel guilty about, oh no, I'm failing. I am, unable to keep or hold on to these things that were left behind by my parents. So that is one of the, I think for me, the strengths of support system when it comes to family. I have another story for friends, but I think that's a shorter story if you want to share.
Thank you very much, Adelina.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you say that those years shape you, the you now?
I think it forced me into being, yeah, I really it really did. Yeah, it really forced me into being the person I am today,
Yeah,
in this direction. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yes. Must been very tough. At the same time, that is why we have a support system, right? Why we need a support system. Yeah,
I
I'm
think
forever grateful.
also point out, Sylma, that
Yes.
for those of us who have gone through trauma, emotional trauma, and you could add to this as well, of course. I find that the people I know who have gone through emotional trauma and come out not being bitter.
Mm,
Adelina, you actually represent that to me. That your gentleness, you're very centered also. You
mm,
don't talk
Oh,
normally socially, uh, unless you're very, very comfortable in a small group, I think.
yeah.
Because
You know me so well.
I've seen you in Toastmasters meetings, right? I know you from our team meetings and our when we interact. So to me, you represent that, having lost your parents at 20 something. I lost my mom 2 years ago, when I was 53 years old, and I'm still grieving. So, and I had to deal with her estate as well. It's not even done yet. So what I want to say about you, having gone through, you are not a bitter person. And I
mm,
really admire that, you and another person I know who lost her only son. And she's the kindest, most big-hearted person I know as well. So you are like that.
Yeah.
No.
So I
Good job, babe.
you, yeah.
Oh,
Serious.
thank you.
Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing yourself with us.
Yes. And that is so true, Hannah. To be able to come out of such an experience and not be bitter about life and not blaming people, um,
Mm,
you know, definitely it shows the strength of your character. Lah. Yeah. So
mm.
good job, babe. Very good job. Yeah. I think it's my turn to share, right?
Thank
You,
you.
uh,
Sylma, what is your story?
Um, yeah. So for the rest of you out there, our awesome listeners, our viewers, right? The me now that you see, is not the same one. Back in 2012, 2013, 2014. So I would really say I have grown up a lot in terms of opening up to people.
Yes.
Um, so yes, I do have my share of issues as well, troubles with family. I come from okay, is my mom going to be listening to this? Okay, never mind. That's what word should I use to make it sound less, dysfunctional? No, broken, maybe. So my parents are divorced, and they were divorced way before the actual divorce, if you get my drift. So being the eldest in the family and the only girl in an Asian family, oh, it's so much fun. Seriously,
Not the,
it's so much
not
fun.
there. This, yeah, not watching.
Yeah. So a lot was on my shoulders, a lot. Um, Making sure the family is okay. But sometimes even when I say this, right, I go like, "What do you mean, Selma? I mean, you're not the parent." But at the same time, you feel like you are because I have an absent father and I have four younger brothers. And that time, my youngest was what, like a baby. Then that's when they started to really drift off. And there was a lot to handle, especially, growing up in a family like that, you put the responsibility, you unconsciously put the responsibility of your mother's happiness on you. So
Mm,
you have to do certain things, behave in a certain way, so that everything you do is good because already everything else in her life is not doing well, right? So you being the eldest, you must do well. Mentally, everything you must do well. And I did not say anything to anybody. I did not have a support system. Friends, family, no. I just kept it to myself. And I think one day it just got too much, especially after my mom got her kidney cancer and some of the issues with my brothers and my dad for being the superhero that he is, creating more problems outside. So it was fun times, definitely. And I think I've started to grow up since I was 10 years old. So yeah, yeah, it's a lot. And one day I didn't realize I was having depression because at that time my mom was having depression.
mm,
So she was seeing the psychiatrist for 7 years. So
mm,
when your own mother is going through that, um, I didn't feel like I have the right to face my own problems. So everything was like push down, push down. Your mom first, your family first, your brothers first. So
mm,
I think it got to a point where, Silma, when are you going to be first? Right?
mm,
And I only started to understand this part when I was in my late 20s, like super late, like 28, 29, guys, like super, super late. So, and that's when I met Adelina, I met Hannah, I met Johan, right? Got to know more new people, and that's when I learned the importance. of having a support system. That's when I learned the importance of opening up to people, sharing the load, right? Because I always have this mentality that I am a burden to my family, to my friends. So when I finally realized that sharing, talking it out is not actually a burden, wow, I feel like 10 kilo lighter. Guys, I'm overweight, so 10 kilo is like super good. Okay, okay, very good. It was awesome. So that is the reason why we're opening up this topic today, talking about the strengths of your support system, right? So yeah, that's the story from mine, which is my support system comes from my friends. Yeah. So we have two from Coach Hanaa and Adelina examples from families, and mine is from my friends. So to our listeners out there, to our viewers, if you're able, please put down in the comment section there, what is your personal story, right? Well, where did your support system come from? Where is your support system coming from? Is it from your friends or from your family? Yeah. So let's dive in deeper a bit about support system, because there's a few categories of it. There's a few types of support systems, right? From colleagues, from mentors, coaches, right? Coach Hanaa, what do you think? Um, why is it different? What is the difference between having support system from your family and friends or from a coach like us?
Right. So the biggest difference is family and friends will care so much that they are trying, they will probably struggle to find a quick fix and solutions, and volunteer their advice and their solutions to suggest to you to follow. And those we know come from all good intentions because they care, right? That's the position of family and friends. From a coach standing and position, a coach knows how to ask questions
Mm.
for you to find your own solutions. And it may or may not be a quick fix. But the coach is in a position of, how shall I say, not that they don't care,
Mm-hmm.
but they are outside of, they can have a bird's eye view of whatever you share with them and make the best decision to ask the right questions for you to discover your own way to get out of the situation that you're in, whether it's depression or high stress or anxiety. That's what a coach can do. So for me, bringing it back to our team, for Johan and I, being married for 30 over years, and because both of us are coaches, we sometimes when I am facing something, I will come home and I will ask him, can you please put your coach hat on? I need you to be a coach with me for the next 30 minutes. And he can do that very easily. And he has also asked me the same. So we are very good at maximizing the advantages of having a coach in the house. Yeah, and drawing strength from that, for us to find solutions to the problems that we're having. So where family and friends are concerned, the love and care is always there, but they may not be able to help you find the solutions. And I think we all understand that solutions that we discover for ourselves are much more impactful.
True.
Rather than somebody telling us, do A, do B, do C. They think can help, but we may not feel that it will help.
Correct.
So good advice are not necessarily heeded. Whereas from a coach, by answering the questions that is asked of us, and we discover our own solutions, then it's much more impactful and faster, I would say.
Yeah, and also it's what is the word I'm looking for? Objective, a more
Objective
fair,
view from bio.
Yeah.
Other
Because
objective.
yes, because if you talk it out with your family members or sometimes friends, right? If it's with the family, if they are also going through the same thing as you, the both of you might not, you
They
can't
can't find
see.
it together.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like there's a sort of a vested interest in
Correct.
that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
all the past history of, but last time it was like this and that, and then they say, yeah. And yeah, so
Yes.
then it
Yes.
helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
when
I
you're
think it's an
thinking,
advantage, right, for Hannah and Johan, because both are coaches. So you can switch to the mode like, okay, with and use the past experience as knowledge to prompt the questions, or to prompt the thinking
Johan,
into finding the solution.
Johan does it all the time with, and like I have to control my emotions of, shall I get irritated, or or shall I stop and think he's just doing the correct thing?
Yeah, thank you very much,
Yeah.
Coach Hanaa, for that. For defining the difference, right? Having support from your family and friends, and also having support from your coach or your mentor. Thank you very much for that. Now let's move on to the importance of this, because some people might be saying, especially if I was listening to this 7 years ago, the 7-year me, 7-year past. Okay, never mind. My English is so Englishing. So if I was listening to this way back then, I would be thinking, why do I need a support system? What is so awesome about it? I'm still alive, even with everything that I'm going through. Why do we need a support system? Why do you think that is, Adelina?
I think it's exactly what Hannah says, it takes you out of your situation. Basically,
Mm,
you need someone who can see the bigger, at least a bigger picture than what you're seeing. Because when you're in it, a lot of the times it's very tunnel vision. You're like very focused on what is wrong instead of what are the options available. But someone outside who knows you, who maybe knows the situation, or even if they don't know the situation, but are able to help you to see, okay, what about this possibility or that possibility? And I think that's one of the reasons why that support system is important. Like, for instance, in my example earlier, or in my story earlier, like I wouldn't be able to see, like, okay, don't feel guilty about this because we need to live and survive. Of course, in my head, it's like, yeah, we need it to survive. But having someone validate that also and say, that's okay, we need it now, this is our needs now.
correct,
So it's, as much as you want to think in the future, you have to also think about surviving the now to be able to get to that future.
correct.
So that's one of them. And I think, even for us, so even though, as friends, we do bounce off each other, try, and yes, you are, for you, you're a coach, so you have the skills to prompt, or to further extract information, or look at more possibilities and things like that. And I think, at least I think for me, in helping you, is probably coming from the strength of feedback. So
Mm,
that is another, something that I didn't realize until I took the strengths test, that okay, feedback, no wonder, like when we did our Toastmasters competition, our contest also, like it
yeah.
didn't occur to me that that was a strength, right? And
Mm,
then in our daily lives, we add how that I use it also in my daily life to give, okay, feedback, and it enables me to see other people's possibilities. Sometimes when you're in it, it's very difficult to see
correct.
where to go and what to, you know it, but you need someone else also to say it to you, and then you're like, oh yeah, I know this. But when
Mm,
you're in it, you tend to not be able to see it. So having
correct.
that support system really helps to further strengthen the things that you already actually know. So that's why coaching is essentially that. It's just showing you the things that you already know. You know the solution, but when you're in it, you're, in a way, you're sort of blinded from that solution that you
Yes.
innately already know.
Yeah, I love that you brought up about the strengths profiling. And from there, you know that one of your strengths is feedback, and you know why you are the way you are through that report, right? It's super awesome, guys. Seriously,
Yeah.
I'm not just saying this because we have a strengths coach with us and or because we are selling it. No, it's not just because of that, but it's really changes the way you react to things. Like for example, my strength is spotlight, right? Spotlight is being able to stand in a room and command the room and make
Mm,
people listen to you. I
mm,
did not know this part of me. I know that I have confidence, but I didn't realize that what I say, people hear actually, and
yeah,
they take it to heart. I did not understand that power about me
yeah,
until I go through the strengths profiling, the report. When the report came out, it said spotlight. My first thought was, I am not that vain. Because for me,
And it's
spotlight
not
is
about vanity.
exactly,
You know?
exactly, right? Because I thought spotlight was like being in front there, attention seeker. But then when you read it and you get the debrief from Coach Hanaa, you realize, it means when you talk, people listen. That also means be careful of what you say because words have power, right?
Yeah.
And coming from someone like me, when I say it out, people go like, really? So
Yeah.
understanding your strengths is super awesome. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna
And it also helps you to support the people around you.
correct,
You know,
correct.
so I don't
Yes,
have spotlight, for instance, so I hang on to Selma so she can say the things that people will listen to.
yes. So
that,
your idea, you can channel it through me and I can give it to people.
exactly. That's a beautiful use of strengths, ladies. I'm so
Yes,
glad.
very true. So this also brings us to giving back to our support system, right?
Mm,
Because they have
Yes.
been so helpful to us. Then how can we give back? So I'm gonna hand this over to Coach Hanaa. So in being a coach, right, Coach Hanaa, especially, you heard from us how after we know our strengths and everything, how wonderful it was for us, how we are able to do our daily lives according to our strengths. So, what is your thoughts on giving back from a coach perspective?
right. So I want to tell everybody
Mhm.
that for this podcast, Sylma and Adelina both were a little bit uncomfortable to use the word empower. And that's why Sylma keeps saying, give back, give back, give back. Um, for me, I do agree that it's been somewhat commercialized and overused, the term empower. But it is the essence of what we do.
Mm,
And it is the essence of why I started this company,
mm,
to empower the younger ones, like Sylma and Adelina. And they are both women. So women empowerment is my thing, right? I just love to see their lights shine. So when we talk about empowering or giving back, so it's kind of, there is a difference, right? Giving back is just fully serving.
mhm,
Um, but empowering is so much more. It is giving as well as knowing and wanting to see that person transform. So it's also transformational, right? So how do we okay, first, gratitude, give back to our
mhm,
support systems. But I want to also reverse a little bit. Just now, I wanted to chime in, but you didn't ask me, and you asked Adelina, which is fine. Why do we need the system? And Adelina gave a beautiful answer also.
mm,
When we are tunnel vision, we cannot see, and others can. And in that way, they can support us to get out of a bad situation. For me, the answer is so easy. One word: to be happy. How,
mm,
why would we want to live our lives, bearing all the burden ourselves and not being happy because we have to do this, we have to do that, and other people's happiness is more important than us, and our health suffers, our mental health suffers, and we have no joy in our lives.
mm,
Why? Why go through life like that? When we can have support systems, whether family or friends or coaches, and we can come out of darkness and live joy in real light, in full light.
True.
And letting our superpowers shine, our strengths come out so that we can give value to the world. And I say this all the time. So it's really for me a no-brainer. But so now, okay, so I've done that reverse back. So now, okay, how do we give back to our support system, to those who support us? Honestly, I think the best return is to show those who love us and care about us how we can live our best life. Right? So they are supporting us to get out of darkness. So let's do the work and come out of the darkness into the light. And then you use our strengths that we know we have and contribute value. And living our own lives the best way we can, contributing to everybody the best version of ourselves. So that's the best give back. And when we do that, we are showing other people, I can, so you can also. And if they can get inspired by us doing the work and coming out of darkness and achieving success, then they can. And that in that way, we are empowering others also.
Agree. Yes, definitely agreed on that. Thank you very much, Hanaa. Yes, I was having a visual in my mind from the darkness to the light. Very romantic.
Yours K-drama version. I
I
can
know, right?
hear the music already.
Seriously, I am not even kidding. When Hanaa said the best way is to live your best life, to show to your support system that whatever they have given you, you are being successful and things like that. K-drama, seriously, going by. Then from the light, from the dark to the light. Very nice. Love it, love it. Okay. Wow. We are at 40 minutes. Awesome, guys. Very, 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 very awesome. We are going to cut this and then we're gonna go into sharing our thoughts. Yes, because normally we're keeping at 35 minutes for the benefit of our listeners. Now, if you have been enjoying this, what you are hearing, you're feeling like, please put it in the comment.
But they cannot hear, lah.
Pardon?
Yeah.
You
Cannot hear.
whisper.
Whisper?
You went back and it sounded like a whisper. What was it
Oh,
that you did?
really? Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
One more
Pace
time.
yourself.
If you're enjoying this, to our listeners out there, if you're enjoying this, please give us a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, and also follow. Yeah, and give us your thoughts. Share with us your thoughts in the comment section. We would love, 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 love to hear from you. Yep. So to end this part, I would like to invite our speakers, both of our speakers, to share their final thoughts. Any advice you want to give to our listeners out there, or any thoughts that you just want to share before we end this session? And let's start with Adelina first.
First of all, for those of you listening on Spotify, if you want to send us those messages, you can go to our social media. It's across the board. We are Rema Synergy. So just look for us and you can DM us there if you want to share your stories. Yes, so that's number one. So that is my working cap on. I think not much to add to it. I think for me, it's just to share that sometimes we feel like it's us against the world, and it feels like nobody else can help us, but help can come in ways that we do not expect, and sometimes the help that we need may not be the help that we think we need. And I think that is one of the biggest powers of having a support system, or having someone that you can talk to about the things that you're going through. Yes, so that is for me. It's always something that you never expect. But once you voice it out to someone, they may not have the answer, but suddenly you're watching a TV series and that answer will just jump at you. So things like that can happen when you start voicing it out and not keeping it to yourself.
Yep, true. Agree. What about you, Coach Hanaa?
Agree with what Adelina said as well. And for me, it's knowing when to ask for help knowing who to ask help from is very important. And I think the people that you want to ask help from, and don't be shy about asking either, right? Are people that you think you can trust. So be wise in choosing who you want to trust, because going the other way could lead you down a darker path, which is not helpful. And sometimes it's not that family and friends have agendas, and coaches do not. It's just that the love and care from family and friends sometimes may cloud their advice to you. It may not be what you need at the time, and a coach might be better. So having the choice is always great. Go to family friends, go to coaches, choose which one you feel more comfortable with. That would be the right choice for you. I'm not saying coaches are the best. Sometimes family and friends, like for my case, my husband was the best for me at that time. So knowing when to receive and accept help is crucial. Please remember oxygen mask, visual, no K-drama music, just aeroplane, oxygen mask. You must always put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you can help others. So I use this metaphor a lot when it comes to talking to my coaches, to everybody, even my friends, when we want to take care of our mental health, we really, really need to put on the oxygen mask on ourselves first. Okay? Life can be so beautiful. It really can.
Yeah, true. I like that. Oxygen mask, no K-drama music behind. Yes, fantastic.
It's okay. You can have your K-drama music when the oxygen mask come out from the.
Oh my goodness. This is what you get when you love you are into the Hallyu waves, guys. Right? Yes. I agree with what Adelina said, and also Coach Hanaa. It depends on what you feel is right. If talking to your friends and family is the best way for you, go ahead. Yeah. But if you're uncomfortable because you don't want to be judged or etc., right? Come and talk to us as coaches. We will be able to help you. We will be able to guide you because we have the three of us, as we have shared, we have gone through some things, and you may have gone through the same, and we can relate with you. Yeah, we will be able to help you to not find the exact answer as you want it, but just like what Adelina said, sometimes the answer that you get is not exactly what you think you should be getting, but in the end, the result is it helped you, right? So how do you get to us? How do you reach out to us? Number one, follow Spotify, follow. And number two, we are, as Adelina said, we are also on social media. Instagram, it's Rema Synergy. Facebook, it's Rema Synergy. And also on YouTube, right? If you're watching this from YouTube, please leave a comment there. You'll be able to
And
get
LinkedIn.
correct. Guys, we're everywhere. Huh? LinkedIn also. And also LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Okay. Website. Aish, website. Website is Rema Synergy. In the website, even better because you can directly book a slot with us and we can talk to you immediately. Yeah, so reach out to us. Getting help is not a weakness. It is actually a strength because you realize you need help, you rise to the occasion, and you understand that, I am not alone in this, someone can help me. Yeah, so come and get in contact with us, get in touch with us. And if you're talking to your family and friends, I hope everybody stay healthy and also stay safe. Yeah, be happy, guys. Be happy.
And
Okay,
share this
so
podcast if you think it's useful. Share it with someone you think needs to hear this.
correct. Share as well. I'm not doing my job as a host today. Okay, so once again, this is Help. We're trying here. This is our 6th episode. We are out on Spotify on the first week of Saturdays, and in the second week, we'll be on YouTube.
Third week.
So the third
Third
week.
week on YouTube.
Okay, the third week on YouTube. So look out for us. Okay, share with your friends, subscribe, like, turn on the notification button, and we will see you on the next episode. Bye. This is
Bye.
and we have Coach Hanaa and also Adelina. Okay, bye guys.